Hey y'all, we are back again. It's a very exciting episode. You guys are going to love this episode, I promise you. Hope you've loved them all, but you're going to especially love this one as well. We have a platinum selling artist. We got number ones, like I said, platinum albums, all that. But I think more so than that is it's actually the songs and how much they mean to people, and the songs, what they talk about. Songs that connect with people, continue to connect with people. That's not always the case. It could be a number one song, but it's not something that sustains, that people are still going, that's the song I played at my wedding. Yeah. That's the song that got me through a hard time in life. So without further ado, again, very excited to have this guest today. And also, he's a June jammer. He's a June Jam veteran.
I'm a veteran.
Mr. Collin Raye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alison.
And we've already been talking. We've already been talking like friends.
Yeah.
Like we're just hanging out and talking. But this is fantastic, and I appreciate you.
It's an honor to be
here.
And I was very excited when I found out you wanted me on the show.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this so much. And Don was like, you know what? You used to go in there and just talk about Alabama. And I was like, I can do that.
I can do that. Exactly. Hey, we're going to talk about you too, but no, really, it is. It's fun, and usually there's some sort of like connection, story, song, whatever it is. We're going to talk a little bit about some of your songs and the connection they have just through songwriting with Alabama songs. There's a few of those too, but no, just being here, like I said, I always am very aware of people's time, and I know when you're a musician and touring and all these kind of things, I just appreciate your time and you taking time to be here. So
the thing is, I'm thankful at this point in my career that you'd still want me to.
Oh, of course.
But I've always known the boys so really well.
Yeah.
And we've always had a great relationship. And so I just felt like, I need to be a part of this.
I love it.
I'm so glad you're doing this podcast. This is overdue.
It's a God thing. We're blessed to be able to do it. I'm very, I feel very blessed to do it. I love my dad. I love Alabama. I love the music as much as anybody. So I, it's just like if somebody had told me several years ago, like, hey, you're going to be doing this, I'd be like, yes, sign me up. So I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled to have you on
you're already,
today.
I can tell, an awesome host.
Yeah.
So you're already good at this.
I don't know. I appreciate that. Like I said, I think when you love something and you do it with the right intention and love in your heart, it kind of, hopefully, I hope it shows. So that's the main thing. But not only did I grow up obviously with my dad's music, but just with you guys, like your music, like it's part of my life too.
Oh yeah.
So being able to talk about it in a way where it's connected with Alabama and everything, like it's the most fun. I'm just like, thank you, Lord, that this is, because I've been talking about doing this for many years, and then it finally worked out, and so we're doing it, and it's just the most fun thing ever.
About this, I thought, this is overdue.
Yeah,
this is overdue. And so, I mean, they affected me so much, but long before I ever met them.
Yeah.
And impacted not just country music, but the world of music in such a big way, and in such a needed way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That either before that, and just saying country music.
Yeah.
They're a big group, a super group would have been a quartet, like the Oak Ridge Boys or the Stattlers, right?
Yep.
A thing where it was a band playing their own instruments.
Right.
It was rock and roll style.
Yep.
They were like a rock band, except it was country, but it was edgy.
Yeah.
And it was powerful. And see, I grew up, loving Buck Owens and Merle Haggard when I was just 5 years old, 6 years old.
Yeah.
That's all my dad and mom listened to, and I thought that's the only music there was.
Right.
And then when I was 14, I went to see my first rock concert with some friends. It was Foghat.
Oh, there you go.
And it changed my life.
Oh, yeah. You're like, so
you can do this?
So you can do this. Have a little edge to it.
It was so fun.
Absolutely.
And then I became a big rock fan. And my brother and I, when we started our bands together, we mixed both things together because we loved them both.
Yeah.
So we played rock and roll and we played country.
Yeah.
And it always worked in the bars and stuff,
Right.
And then I remember your dad saying in an interview, not long after they'd first come on the scene, was talking about when they started, it was the same thing. They playing at the Bowery and stuff like that. They were doing rock and roll songs and country songs.
Of course.
And so I
whatever
thought I related
tipped the
to
best.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when Tennessee River come in, they are on the scene, I thought, this is what we're trying to be.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, they're doing it. Are they going to get away with this? And boy, did they ever get away with it.
Oh, absolutely.
But I remember the first time I heard Tennessee River on the radio, I what in the world? And heard Randy's voice.
Is this?
Because when his vocal has always been so conversational and warm, but tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like there's some grit behind it.
To where you go, man, he sounds like he means it. And of course, they were writing all their songs too, which is like, wow.
Right.
And in country music, there'd never been a group doing that.
Right.
You know,
totally different.
So it was groundbreaking to me. And so we set out on a mission with by the time that they were finished with that first album, the singles off that first album, we were on a mission to be like them.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? I hear you.
And the harmonies, you know.
Oh yeah.
When the three of them would sing harmony, you could tell these guys aren't brothers. They've spent a lot of time singing together.
Absolutely.
And then I also remember Randy saying in an interview, it's probably the same interview, they would talk about when they would stay in the hotel, they'd all be in one big room or kind of a band house or whatever.
Yep.
And before they'd go to sleep, they would sing in the quiet, and they would start singing harmony from bed.
Yes. Yeah.
And boy, you could tell. I mean, and I had not since the Eagles.
Yes.
Had I heard a group of guys that weren't blood like the Gatlins.
Yes, right.
Well, the cousin, you know, but
not brothers. Exactly. No, you're right.
Because the Gatlins they got the same voice,
and they were singing since baby, like little bitty boys. Yeah.
But I felt when I heard Tennessee River and then my home's in Alabama, it reminded me, okay, these guys are the country Eagles.
Yeah.
And in a way, the country Beatles, because it changed. There would have never been a Diamond Rio. There would have never been a Little Texas. There would have never been a Restless Heart.
Yeah.
Had they not broke the mold and set that standard.
Absolutely.
That it's okay for a band to play and sing together.
I think that let record labels in Nashville and the music business in general go, oh, okay, so the bands can, because it had always kind of been looked at just slightly differently, I think, in some ways. And it was like, oh, okay, so this can work. Like this can connect. It doesn't have to just be a solo person or or whatever. It's like, oh no, these people are connecting with this band and and what they're bringing. So okay, so everybody knows your songs. They know your music. Everybody's like, you say Collin Raye and they're like, yeah, Collin Raye. I always like to hear how you started in music and how you started and where you first came aware of Alabama. So you with your career and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Well, like we was talking about earlier, when I was a little kid, my dad and mom, instead of watching TV when my dad got home, we listened to country music records.
Perfect.
And he put on a stack of 45s.
Oh, yeah.
This big. And it was Buck was his favorite, Buck Owens. I remember when Merle Haggard was new.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was little. But
that's a good song title.
Oh, yeah. Sure is.
Remember when Merle Haggard was new.
That's really dating myself.
That's it,
But him and George Jones, of course, and then when the outlaw thing in the 70s, Waylon, I was like, I love that music so much, and I really thought that was all there was,
right?
Because I knew, and we'd listen to Chuck Berry and Elvis. My mom was a huge Elvis fan, of course, and Little Richard, the '50s rock,
right?
But it was country music, right? And then I went to a concert when I was back when a 14-year-old, it was safe. People would let you do that. I'd go with some older friends, and we drove 70 miles away to a rock concert.
Oh yeah,
and saw Foghat,
right?
And it was life changing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so fun,
Yeah.
And so my brother and I set out on a mission we'd save up, scrounge up whatever money we could earn. Of course, back then we saw the Rolling Stones one time for $5.
Oh, I was about to say tickets. Yeah,
$5
before scalpers got involved and all this stuff. Yeah,
and the Eagles opened for them. So $5.
Wow.
I've got the ticket stub to prove it,
Oh my gosh.
So that's a different time,
Yeah.
But I loved it, and so we started loving rock and roll too.
Yep.
But when we started bands and started realizing, I think we can do this good enough to get some bar gigs, So we started doing that, and people liked us because we played country music and we played the rock and roll of the time.
Yep.
And it was a mixture, and it just works.
Yeah, it does.
But the story was always, well, if you're going to try to make it in country music, you better not be playing this stuff because they're going to say, oh, you're a rock and roller, you're not the real thing.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, I heard Tennessee River on the radio.
Yeah.
This was that 80.
That would have been, yes, it would have been around there. Yep.
Very early 80s.
Oh yeah, very much.
And we heard that on the radio, and I remember where I was when I heard that song the first time. And I thought, what is this? Turned it up. What is this? Because
from the very beginning,
it was edgy.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy distorted guitar, but it was a little distorted.
Right.
And it was just big. The rhythm section was thumping, and then Randy, I was born, and you go, and that voice, and he has this warmth and edge and toughness and sincerity to his singing that makes you immediately drawn in. You're listening to every word he says, and that's the mark of a great singer, because you have to draw people in to the song and say, "Don't listen to what I'm saying."
Spoken from a great singer. I'm gonna say that. Spoken, yes, from a great singer.
I learned a lot from him.
Well, there
just
you
by
go.
Listening to those songs and listen, and then the harmonies. Bam! That was just like not since I first heard "Take It Easy" on a jukebox,
right,
by the Eagles in '72. We was at a little rec hall, and I remember "Take It Easy" coming on. But back then, you'd hear songs on a jukebox before you went on radio.
Absolutely,
that's the way they did it back then.
Yeah,
and I remember thinking, "Wow, that's really good.
That's good." Yeah,
the harmonies. But I hadn't felt anything like that since then. And when I heard Alabama on the chorus of Tennessee River, it's like, oh man, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's Alabama. Okay,
ooh, okay, here we go.
And then from then on, my home's in Alabama. Why Lady Why? They started, was one after another, and they soared to the top fast. Yeah. And it was so exciting to all of us because they proved that the old stigma of you can't play rock and country music. Yes, you can. Oh. And again, they were careful about it, but you clearly could tell they had a rock and roll background as well. Yes. And then I heard Randy saying in an interview a couple of years later, was talking about it was very similar to our story, to where we had to play both to make a living.
Of course.
And people loved it. And we started drawing a following, and we wanted, and then, but once Alabama happened, all of a sudden we had a standard we were trying to live up to. We're like, okay, we got to be like them. Right. And I followed their career intently, made a huge difference on my brother and all of us. And so then fast forward to, 1990, I get signed, we got a record deal, and
how did that come about?
Well, our band had kind of dissolved at that point, as bands have
as
a tendency
bands do.
That's because you get frustrated, and this is taking too long. And we were living out in Reno, Nevada at the time, just because of the money. We were making good cabaret money.
Absolutely.
And everybody wanted to go back home, as did I. Yeah. But we were doing pretty well, and eventually the bass player's going to go home. The drummers, I'm ready to go back home. It's next thing you know, it's not the Ray Brothers band anymore. My brother and I stopped playing together. Yeah, I get it. Went our separate ways. Next thing you know, it's just me with some other guys. And it was shortly after that, a friend of a friend of a friend got a producer to come up and see me, and I think we can do something. And I'd heard, actually, we had a deal. The Ray Brothers had a deal in 1985 with Mercury. Okay, I thought so. Okay, that's what. But it didn't turn out to amount to anything. But they released 3 singles on us, and the highest one went to like 23 or something like that. And then they were like, okay, this isn't working out, and they let us go. Yeah. And I thought, well, that's probably was our shot. That was it. Yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't meant to be. Yeah. But then 5 years later, here we are, and they is a solo. And honestly, I never wanted to be a solo artist. I got used to it eventually. Right. But I wanted to be in a band. Yeah. That was always my dream, was to be a part of an ensemble, So now all of a sudden I get signed, and we have our first single or two, and I see what single would I be? It might even have been, I'll say probably Love Me. It was on the charts, and it went on to be #1 and stuff. And I first met the Alabama guys, was it the ACMs or the CMAs? Might have been the ACMs out in California. Gotcha. Randy came up to me, and he knew who I was, and told me that he thought, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Listen, this is emotional. Give me a high five and a hand. No. I'm being serious. That's why we're doing this, because it means something. Well, forgive me, this may happen a couple times. It means something. But he came up to me and complimented me and said, "You're a great singer." And I'm like, I couldn't believe he knew who I was. Yeah, absolutely. And then I met Teddy the same night, and Cookie, I met him. Yeah, Cookie, that's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, and well, then I got to do some Christmas shows with him, open for him. Right. So that's when I really got to know him pretty well. And as big as they were by 1990, 91, they could have definitely played the star card. Yeah. And I could no, I'm not talking. That's not how they roll. Right. They just made me feel inclusive. They'd have me come out sometimes and sing a song with them or something, and it was like, oh my gosh. They just treated me like an equal when I clearly was not. Yeah. And over the next, really for the next 7-8 years, They would always be at the award shows.
Right.
You know? And I got to where after the early days when I got to tour with them, didn't get to do that again for a while, except at June Jam.
Right.
On the June Jams, I'd be on those. But Randy and Teddy's, I know them the best.
Yeah.
I just spent more time with them.
Right.
But we'd be at the CMAs or the ACMs waiting for the shows. Everybody's trying to get in their seats or whatever.
Yeah.
And invariably, like 5 years in a row,
Yeah.
they'd come up to me, either one individually or both of them together, and say, because I started getting nominated for Male Vocalist of the Year.
Of course.
And George Strait always won.
Right, yeah.
They should have just called it the George
Doggone
Strait Award.
it, right, yeah.
And I love George, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
But you think, okay, I got a shot, you know. And the nominees would be George, Vince, and myself, you know, and maybe sometimes Garth was nominated. He was always the entertainer, but he'd sometimes be male vocalist, and maybe Travis or something. So it was true. And so I thought, I got a really slim chance here. But they would come up to me, say, Collin, if you don't win tonight, something's bad wrong. Or say something like that.
Right.
They'd say, this is your night.
Yeah.
Of course, then George Strait would win.
Right.
But when they would say that, it was like, I already won. I don't care who gets the trophy, takes the trophy home.
Yeah.
These two guys think that I should win.
Yeah.
So then I just won.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. Never, as my mother says, my mama, she says, it's okay to cry. My mom actually is writing music now.
Really?
And there's a song called "It's Okay to Cry," and that's
the truth. The older I get, the worse it gets.
I know.
It's like,
I did the same thing.
Sometimes at home, I'll pull out my acoustic just to sing. I love singing covers. I know a zillion songs. You know, if I'm going to forget words to a song, it's going to be one of mine.
Right.
It's never going to be a Christopherson song or a Haggard song or a Eagles song.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there and pull out the guitar and start singing just to make sure I still remember.
You still got it. Yeah.
And then I'll get to certain lines,
and it means
and I start crying. I have to stop.
Yeah.
And it's a song I've sang thousands of times.
Of course, yeah.
But now I can't, because music is my fire. That's what keeps, you know, without that, what my life been, you know.
Listen, well, and that's the thing. I mean, Dad and Teddy, like, obviously they're still touring and doing, but we're still writing and singing. You know, my dad will text and, hey, Sissy, let me play this song for you that I wrote.
Still writing?
You know, yeah. And just, you know, and it's just that thing. That's who you are. Is who God made you to be. So you can't just turn it off. You know, and whether you're singing, writing, playing, or whatever. But you know, it's a lot of disappointment and a lot of discouragement. You know, when you're a musician, where it's like, get a real job or do all this kind of stuff. You know, and so from what I know of Dad and Teddy and Jeff too, it's that thing where it's kind of like we want to make sure and encourage. And tell people, you know, like what we think, and not, you know, because it is a business that can be kind of, it's just crazy and cruel, and it's, you know, if it's gauged on awards or whatever it is, and it's like, hey, we believe in what you're doing. It's not just a one, you know, just whether you win or we think you should win, but whether you win or you don't, we believe in you. You know,
and just like I said, that meant more to me than if the you know, Academy or whatever had done
absolutely.
it, because I also had figured out pretty early on that a lot of times those things are a lot of politics involved. You know,
of course, record labels, and
label trading votes for this, that. And so once I started, but when they would say that to me, when Randy Owen and Teddy Gentry would say that to me, then like I said, I won.
Legitimize everything. You're like, okay, I'm doing right. Because again, no matter how successful you are, everybody's a human being. You have moments where you're like, okay, you know, it's like if you don't win, then it's like, am I doing what I need to be doing or whatever? But encouraging somebody, you can never go wrong.
Well, it keeps you from developing that thing where my identity is based on whether I win this thing or not. It's like, no, it's not.
Absolutely.
It's not even on the list, on the short list of what your identity ought to be, you know?
No.
And I just, because I respected them musically so much, because they're great writers, great singers, just a great band. Obviously, they knew what they were doing musically.
Right. Yeah.
If you get a vote of confidence like that from somebody like that, then you go, hey, I'm good.
Doing something, man.
Good.
Okay, I'm good. It is. It's just that thing where you're kind of like, okay, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, whether I win an award or don't, I'm doing stuff that means something.
Yeah, so, Teddy actually, I just remember this too. He co-produced an album on me one time for
Did
Time
he
Life
really?
with Michael Curtis.
I didn't know that.
And he's great. So I got to work with him in the studio.
Teddy
too,
loves the studio. Like Teddy, like he really, and not that my dad doesn't enjoy going to the studio, but Teddy like really studies it and knows it and does it a lot. You know, it goes in and works
has some
with
engineering
people.
skill and just you can tell he thrives in a recording studio.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's cool. I did not know that. That's a good thing to know. But so in talking again, we're talking all kinds of different things, but great songs. One couple of things I want to mention aside from what we've already talked about being connected with Alabama. Tom Douglas wrote Little Rock. Yeah. That's one of my favorites all time. And I want to go back to you talking about that song, but Tom Douglas also wrote We Made Love, which is an Alabama song, great ballad. Did you get flack for Little Rock and wanting to cut that? Because I've heard that people said, like, not flack from fans, but maybe record label or any radio going like, this is kind of a heavy song. Well, for Little Rock, I
knew that was going to be a dice roll because the label, Jack Laymeyer, God rest his soul, who was the head of radio promotion at Epic at the time, was hesitant about it because no one was really doing socially relevant songs. Like it's about a recovering alcoholic who's trying to get his life back together, and it's sad.
It is.
It's heavy, but it's hopeful.
Oh, and it's a story.
And I just loved it. And honestly, that bled into me a little bit to where I was like, guys, I don't know because we were coming off of That's My Story, which is a fun, bouncy radio song,
Exactly.
And I thought, man, this is going to be a major segue. So there was like a lot of discussion about that at the label and with my management and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my manager was very adamant. He really wanted to put that one out, and enough people thought, okay, it's kind of okay, it's your funeral. Here we go,
right.
And it went to #1 fast.
Oh,
and it just I think it left an impact to where after Little Rock, it made it okay for artists to go, okay, well maybe I can release this one that I was going to hold back because of what it says,
Absolutely.
And it just shows you that and music videos helped a lot.
Oh yeah,
because it helped you to sell the song, and that was a heavy video, and
did a lot of acting in that one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it was great.
It was definitely, nothing Jack Nicholson would be proud of or anything, but
you did. You had to do more than just stand there. Yeah,
and again, the video before was That's My Story, where I was just playing a goofball,
exactly,
getting chewed out.
You showed range.
That's exactly.
Jack Nicholson range in the
videos.
It's
the Jack Nicholson in me, and so, but I think they helped that song so much because the video went #1 too, and Video of the Year nominee and all that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like music videos like MTV had done with rock and roll, and pop music. When CMT started doing that, TNN was just helping us out so much. I mean, we were on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Every week you'd be on something,
Yep.
And so you were just constantly and it got to where country music in the 90s sort of became America's genre. Yeah. You could go into a dentist's office or an office place or something, and they have a little monitor up there. It was always on CMT.
Yep. Yeah. 100%.
So I give them a lot of thanks and a lot of credit for choosing to create that.
Yep.
And because it was literally 24 hours of us.
And again, talking about songs, so you got My Kind of Girl, John Gerard co-wrote that. And John Gerard co-wrote There's No Way. And yes, he did. And
I did not know
We
that.
Can't Love Like This Anymore, which is also a later song. Yes.
I mean, I was lucky because
what a variety. You got My Kind of Girl. That's what I think is so cool about songwriters. And then you've got There's No Way. So you're like, a fun, up-tempo, and then a ballad.
And see, the thing is, I was always a songwriter, and my original goal was to write my own songs like the Alabama started out.
Right.
I mean, for as long a career as they had, obviously people are the greatest songwriters on the planet are pitching, shoving songs at you.
Yeah.
So they got to a point where they started cutting other material and stuff.
Right.
But they built a platform from themselves with songs that they wrote.
Yes.
That, to me, made it way more personal to me, like Tar Top or something like that.
Oh, Tar Top.
Because obviously that's a really personal song. I'm so glad he wrote that, because it's just, I could keep
My
going.
dad will be thrilled that, and Teddy too, that was a song because people kind of like, I don't know about that song, Tar Top. What does that even mean?
Because it's so inside.
So inside.
Because that was his nickname, right, as a kid.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it still was a hit.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't mountain
not
music.
Not what they thought, exactly.
Because that's just, when you put out a song that personal, you got to know, okay,
this is
a lot of people aren't going to get this.
Right. And my dad, I feel like he's always surprised, like, really? They like Tar Top?
Oh,
so I can't wait to tell him that you mentioned Tar Top.
I loved it.
Yeah, because he a lot of times he does. He's like, wow, that's really great. Because
he's a great songwriter.
Yeah. Before we continue on, let me do a quick break. I say this, I always forget because we get in conversation. We got to thank our sponsors.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do a quick little cut, and then we're going to jump to the sponsors. Thank you guys so much, and we'll be right back. And now we want to send out a huge Uncharted Alabama thank you to our sponsor, Gibson Guitars. Thank you guys for helping us keep the lights on.
Your vision deserves more than ordinary.
Audio recording.
Cinematic music videos.
Professional photography.
One creative destination. Endless possibilities. Need to record your next song? Film a killer music video? Capture stunning photos for your brand, project, or career? Durant Studios brings over 20 years of professional production experience to your story.
Audio video photography. Create louder. Look better. Stand out.
Durant Studios! Where creativity comes alive.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you, sponsors. And we are back again with the amazingly talented Collin Raye. Do you remember the first time that you saw, like when you actually saw what they looked like?
Yeah.
And just kind of, was that sort of along the same thing with the rock and roll part?
Because by Tennessee River, it was wild. I mean, it was, where would that have been at? I can't remember exactly where I saw them on screen first.
Yeah.
It might have been watching. It might have been. Maybe.
They did Dick Clark, so they did like American Bandstand.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Oh my gosh, I forgot about American. That they were on American. They were on American
I
Bandstand.
know. Listen, Dick Clark is such a great friend, I would say, through the years. But
oh my goodness, I forgot they did American Bandstand.
Yeah, American Bandstand.
But then they got so big so fast, they were everywhere. You know, and of course every award show that was the highlight of the show was them. And I love their look too, because it was like it was different for country music at the time. Now it's no big deal,
right?
But the beards and the longer hair and everything, it's like these guys kind of look like rockers.
Yeah,
but they clearly are country boys,
right? Absolutely.
So I'm liking this.
Oh yeah.
And I've never heard anybody make the comment that Alabama was insincere or fake.
Right.
It is what you see is what you get, and it's real obvious.
Absolutely.
This is who they are.
Yeah.
This is what they do. You know. And I could go on and on. I love them guys so much. I feel like biggest, most important acts in history of country music. Yeah. Okay. Well, Hank. Yeah. Hank's got to be there. Hank Williams.
Of course. He's Alabama boy too.
And then exactly. Of course, there was some greats along the way. Of course, George Jones and Merle Haggard, I think, would have to be up there because he wrote everything.
Oh, my dad loves Merle.
His catalog is ridiculous.
The Hag.
It's just so many great songs, and he wrote everything he ever released to radio except maybe 2 songs. The rest of them he wrote,
which is crazy.
And then I think Alabama because going in chronological order, those artists changed things for the better. Yep. In a way that opened the door, knocked down some doors for what came next. Yeah. And I just love them to death. I'm just glad and thankful they're still out doing it.
Oh man.
Because it'll keep them young.
It'll keep them young. That's it. Getting out there and just seeing, Dad and they were dancing around and running around the stage the other night, and it's.
I want to see this.
Yeah, we need to come.
We
need to figure it out. They keep announcing shows, and I'm like, Dad, are y'all? Are you going to retire or whatever?
Because they certainly could with no shame. My goodness. But I think it's good for them to keep going. As long as they're willing, I want to see it keep going.
Keep doing it. Well, and on that note, you're a June Jam veteran. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. More than one June Jam.
Yeah.
How did it come about, them saying like, hey, you're going to be playing or coming to the June Jam?
I was surprised because Randy had told me at one of our meetings somewhere when I saw him probably at Ward, said, "Hey, we wanted you for June Jam," and I'm like, "I'll give it everything I got. I won't let you down." And so when June Jam started, it was ice breaking, groundbreaking, I should say. Yeah. And I loved that the lineups. I'd look at them and see what the lineup was going to be, and of course they had all the hot country acts of the time, but they'd throw in some Southern rock in there and stuff too. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I get this.
I get it. I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling this."
Like I said, Carl Perkins was there. Carl Perkins playing blue suede shoes in Fort Payne, Alabama at the June Jam. I'm like, that's almost like a dream. You go, I had a dream the other night that Carl Perkins was in Fort Payne, but it was true.
Because everybody wanted to play.
And they wanted to play. Dolly was at the June Jam. Carl Perkins, he was there. I'm pretty sure Elvis would have been like, well, if Carl's going.
Yeah, I better go.
The King's going to go.
Yeah, he better play last.
That's it. Yes. We got to do it.
Colonel Parker's going to get mad.
That's it. That's the only way he would have been able to play the June Jam. But yeah. But so the spectacle part of the June Jam, there were helicopters flying in and buses everywhere and all that kind of stuff. When you got there, what did you, just kind of
How big it was.
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed by, I expected it to be big, but
Yeah.
it was massive.
Yeah.
Just getting in was like, oh, once you get your bus back there and you're safely parked and you got a spot, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
This is enormous.
Yeah.
You know, and which just added to the excitement of getting to play it, you know. And I don't remember where in the set. I know the first time I played it, I was mid-afternoon.
Right.
And I wouldn't have cared. I'd have opened the.
Yeah.
I'd have gone first because I'm not a morning person.
Yeah,
Because all
right.
those years in Nevada living out there, I
Time
stay up
change.
late and sleep late.
Yeah.
They said you're on at 9 a.m. I'd been.
You'd be like, all
okay,
right,
let's
we'll
do
make it happen. Yeah, we'll figure this out.
We'll take some
Coffee.
NyQuil early the night before so that I'll wake up
Exactly.
about 7:30 and I'll be
That's
ready
it.
to go.
That's it. Y'all give me a pot of coffee and then we're good to go. Yeah, no doubt. I remember you being there and it was just such a cool, just a cool time, you know?
You were a youngster.
I mean, I've got a few years on me, but I remember
really
when it
giddy.
started and then the final of the big June Jam in '97 but it was just such a cool thing that I mean, I appreciated it, but then obviously as you get older, you appreciate it even more.
Oh, sure.
And understanding just the gravity of what it actually was.
Yeah.
And the artists coming through there and such as yourself and with big hit songs but it was just like it was just like a very much like a community family kind of feel.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, the June Jam, which obviously is a festival in one place, but on the touring side of things, tell us about what you got going on with touring and all that kind of stuff now.
I am so thankful to Almighty God that I still am allowed to do this, that I still can sing
Amen.
pretty much the same as I used to. I'm close.
Yeah,
I'm saying I'm 85%.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for that. And I know that's because of him, because he allows me and blesses because I lift him up every chance I get.
Yes.
On stage with certain songs I do, and to where when I leave the stage, everybody knows. Okay, I know he's one of them. You
Absolutely,
know?
absolutely.
And
that's
I think
great.
that's why I get to keep going.
Yeah.
And I just want to do as much as make it as a good an impact on people as I can.
Yeah.
And just thankful that I can still make a good living doing this. And so each year it seems like you do a few less dates, but your money goes up.
Right, exactly.
So it all balances
like,
out.
okay,
I guess.
yeah,
but
that
honestly,
works.
I'd work even more.
Yeah.
I'd never say no to anything.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to play. And I can.
Before, we kind of get into anything else, I think it's always important to talk about what do you want your legacy in music to be? And I know that's
a good
and it
question.
could maybe change each day, but what?
Well, I think I hope the music lasts as long as it can. But I've learned, I'm smart enough to realize, like I said, my identity has never been I'm Collin Raye.
Locked into
That's
that.
my
Yes.
job.
Yeah.
That is my job. My identity is something else. But I hope I'm remembered as long. I hope the music gets remembered because I know fame is fleeting.
Right.
As General
exactly.
Patton once said, all glory is fleeting.
Fleeting.
That would be my wish, is that anyone that I ever encountered, the main thing I hope people walk away saying is, he treated me so well and he was a really nice guy. He was a really good guy and he was a man of faith.
Yep.
That's what I hope people remember.
Amazing. I always like to just kind of ask, as far as Alabama, what do you think the most enduring part of their legacy is and is going to be? Wow. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's hard.
That's hard. Yeah.
I think I'm going to start with the songs.
Yeah.
Because the songs are so good. And like I said, they wrote a good chunk of them too.
Yeah.
The songwriting was a game changer. But I think, obviously the harmony and Randy's voice is, but I think the fact that they broke barriers down that turned country music into the pot, didn't change everything. You can still be a big time traditionalist. That's fine. There's always a market for that.
Yeah.
Because all of us country fans in the 70s, we loved Leonard Skinner.
Oh yeah.
We loved the Charlie Daniels Band. We loved Marshall Tucker, the Allman Brothers and stuff.
Yes.
We loved them. And I did not know a country music fan who did not like that.
Yep.
Most of them like, British rock stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
But they definitely like Southern rock.
Oh yeah.
So to me, country music, Southern rock should be considered the same thing.
Yeah.
And Alabama built that bridge.
Yep.
To where it's okay. I feel like that is, if you had to pick just one thing to hang the legacy hat on, it would be that. They changed things.
Yeah. I hear people, as I've grown up, that will say, well, I never really listened to country music much. I was always more of an Aerosmith person.
But
I love Alabama.
exactly. And how many more fans? Because you can't tell, okay, as far as my memory takes me,
Yeah.
the first time I heard about country music artists selling platinum,
Right.
it was Alabama.
Yeah.
There may have been somebody, but I think if you had a gold album in country music, you were riding on, you were on the top of the world.
Getting it done.
That's 500,000.
Yeah.
But platinum's $1 million. And if I apologize to whoever might have, but as far as my memory serves me, they were the first platinum selling country music artists.
And I think they would be thrilled to hear it in that way, you know, because it's a thing where, you know, you hope that what you're doing in the world, the music that you're putting out there, that it's enhancing people's lives. And it's, you know, it's obviously you're able to feed your own family singing and going out and touring and stuff, but that it's something that's long lasting and enduring for people. And so Collin Raye, you definitely have achieved that in your career.
Thank you. Thanks,
you know,
Alison.
having songs that are meaningful and continue to mean something to fans and you know, and being introduced to new people. You know, like you said, the young kids coming to the shows and singing everything. I mean, I don't think you can really ask for more than that in a career or a lifetime is to influence generations.
If it ended tomorrow, I'm very satisfied.
Yeah,
I'm very
absolutely.
thankful and humbled that I got to achieve my dream.
Yep.
And I did the best I could. I had the best of intentions in every decision I made. Some were right, some were wrong. But the point is, here I am.
Yeah.
And there's still a market for me. There's still an audience that are willing to pay some money to come listen to me sing.
Absolutely.
And that's an incredible gift.
Where can people find your everything about Collin Raye? Tour dates, music, merch, all this stuff. Your handles. Do you know your handles for social media? I know. It's I'm learning.
I'm one of the 7 people in this town but I have a young lady, JC Valeris, who does all that for me.
Who does it for you, exactly.
And I know CollinRaye.com.
Okay, perfect.
They always have the tour dates, but as far as the social media stuff,
we'll put them up. We'll find them.
Like I'll get on there when I have something I want to say or make a video or something. I just send it to JC and she puts it up for me.
And she puts it up. Listen, if I asked my dad that right now, he would just be like, I don't know. I mean,
it just is so over my head.
He just learned to text. I mean, not like last year. It's been several years, but not relatively new texting, you know, and it was so funny. He'd like text and I'm like, this is hilarious. Like that, but like emails, like all this kind of stuff. It's like, no. Like other people can do that kind of stuff. So yeah, it is an honor to have you on the show. I really do mean that. It is just again, it all comes from my personal experiences, but like I said, the June jams and just the songs and hearing them and listening to them on the radio and then having them on a cassette or in you know, CDs and, you know, all that stuff. So, so it's as much a part of my life as, you know, as anything else. So I appreciate you being here.
Thanks,
and
Alison.
Keep touring, keep doing it. You guys keep going to see live music. That's the important thing. Go see Collin Raye sing Collin Raye's songs.
Don't go see AI-generated shows. Go see the real thing.
The real thing. That's it. That's it. And it's important. People don't, you know, it gets easy for people to forget sometimes because they can just look on their phone. It's like, nope, go see it live. Go see them live. Go like support it. Nothing like it. So go see Collin Raye, sing those songs. I know you're singing them every day anyway on your playlist and all that good stuff, but go sing them at the top of your lungs in an arena. You won't regret it. Thank you again, Collin, for being here. Come back. Come back.
I'd be honored.
Thank you, guys. Be sure and do all the things. Subscribe, like, follow, share, all the things that we do with the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, keep your eyes on the road, keep your heart in the music, and roll on.
Hello, my friends. I'm Collin Raye, and you are listening to Uncharted Alabama.
You can listen to all the music mentioned on the podcast today by checking out the exclusive Uncharted Alabama Spotify playlist.